Well, guys, man, it seems like your boy Stephen A. Smith is still in his feelings over the whole LeBron James situation that happened over a year ago. Now, recently, wasn't he upset at Cam Newton for Cam Newton not backing him up when he had Jason Whitlock on the Fourth and One podcast when Jason Whitlock was talking about how Stephen A. Smith lied about his whole career, how he lied into getting into journalism, and how he wrote fraudulent articles, how he lied about his basketball career. Wasn't Stephen A. Smith upset at Cam Newton? But now Stephen A. Smith goes on Cam Newton's show, Fourth and One, and he still is upset about the whole LeBron James situation. You are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sapp. But we got to talk about how Stephen A. Smith can't let the LeBron James situation alone. He is still in his feelings, and I told you the reason why he is still in his feelings. But we're going to talk about it right after this.
Let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. It's my bro K-Sapp, chopping up topics for your outfits. From politics to cockpits. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio, stereo, pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man, I got something to say.
Well, guys, man, this whole situation has resurfaced. And it's only resurfaced because of Stephen A. Smith still talking about it. LeBron James is in the playoffs now, and he just knocked off the Houston Rockets, and he has advanced to the second round to take on the defending champs, the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Stephen A. Smith is still upset about the situation where LeBron approached him at Crypto.com Arena on live television in front of a national audience when Stephen A. Smith had some things to say about Bronny James and also basically taking a shot at LeBron about his fatherhood. And we saw what unfolded. We saw all the events that took place. We saw people talking about how Stephen A. Smith was in his feelings. LeBron James had the right to do that because of all the scrutiny and all the things that's been said about LeBron James over his luxurious career. And LeBron has never said nothing to anybody. But as soon as his son gets drafted, everybody comes up with this nepotism. Bronny shouldn't have been in the NBA. He's only there because of his daddy, LeBron James, because of the household name. It's always a problem when the black athlete does it. But there's so many white athletes that have the nepotism as well, but it's never talked about. But in this situation, they was very heavy in scrutinizing Bronny James. I mean, just giving it to him, giving him the business and critiquing everything that he does, saying a lot of things because LeBron James got caught on a hot mic saying that Bronny was better than half of the guys in the NBA right now. So that left it for open sesame. That left it for all these media personnel, all these analysts to critique Bronny James's game, which LeBron had no problem with certain individuals critiquing Bronny's game, but he just felt that Stephen A. Smith got out of bounds. And he approached him at Crypto.com Arena on national television in front of a national audience. And I covered a story when it broke, and I told you guys the only reason why Stephen A. started acting the way he acted because LeBron said that Stephen A. went on a world tour talking about it on everybody's podcast, talking about if he would have swung on him, he would have got right back at LeBron. But you know LeBron wasn't going to swing on him. So he got upset, and LeBron said some words that, he went on the world tour talking about him. And then what happened, like I told you guys, Stephen A. Smith got in his feelings because LeBron James was in Indiana. They was playing the Indiana Pacers, and he was on the Pat McAfee show. And that is Stephen A. Smith's nemesis. And he went on the Pat McAfee show, and he said some things about Stephen A. Smith, and he left it alone. And I told you guys when I produced the show at that time that Stephen A. Smith, that was a gut punch to Stephen A. Smith because of where him and Pat McAfee stood at that time. And Stephen A. Smith was in negotiations to get a lucrative deal. And he wanted money like Pat McAfee was getting at ESPN. And for LeBron James to go on there and say what he said about Stephen A. Smith, that hurt Stephen A. Smith to the core. And that's what the issue is. And that's why Stephen A. Smith cannot let it go. We saw Stephen A. Smith go on at 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Carmelo Anthony was talking about LeBron James, which he feels is no big deal. And then now we revisit it again, and he goes on 4th and 1 with Cam Newton. And this is the real issue that Stephen A. Smith has with LeBron James, and this is the reason why he can't let it go. Just like I told y'all, it was all about LeBron being on the Pat McAfee show. So we're going to take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say to Cam Newton on why he still can't get over it, because LeBron was on the Pat McAfee show, and that's the issue. Take a listen to Stephen A.
Certain type of way that LeBron went on Pat McAfee's show?
Yeah, but it wasn't because he went on Pat McAfee's show. It was because he went on there to insult me.
He never insulted you.
LeBron don't do that. LeBron don't do that.
But do you see why, though? Because the timeline of everything, this is something that I actually, I mean, it was in the zeitgeist. I mean, it'd be hard not to understand being a sports fan.
Right.
That was during the time where, okay, the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn happened. Then
No. With me?
Was that before?
No. The 7 p.m. with Brooklyn was like damn near a year later.
Stephen A. telling him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a month later, rather. It was months later.
He was still talking about it.
Absolutely.
So that happened first?
That happened first, yes.
So did that ignite the reaction?
Oh, hell yeah.
What'd I tell you?
Hell yeah.
What'd I tell you?
Contrary to popular belief, I might react to what somebody says or does as it relates to me or the industry, but it truly isn't personal. I'm just like, yo, I feel a certain way about this particular subject. It's never about the person.
It was
until that day. That day, when that man went on Pat McAfee,
see, he telling on himself.
Just to disrespect me?
He didn't disrespect
that forever changed. All the people that you see here with me tonight, along with countless other people, they all tried to talk me out of it, every one of them. Fuck that. It don't matter. I didn't give a damn what anybody said, and I still don't. And I meant what I said. Every word you see, when I came at it, it was like, yo,
Was it not personal?
Oh, it was. That was personal. Okay. Because it was like,
a gut punch.
No, you didn't do that shit. You gonna go on national television just to disrespect me over something that I don't believe I did. To roll up on me courtside at a game and to roll up on me like that, that was bad enough. But then to go on the show that comes on after me, to fly into Indy, to drive damn near an hour to the studio, to sit in there for a couple of hours just to talk shit about me.
The whole segment wasn't about you.
No, that was not going to stand. And be very, very clear. Mm-hmm. Nobody at ESPN liked it. They didn't want that. Yes. My exact words were, move out the way. I don't want to hear it. I'm not listening to anybody. This is mine. right here. His ass is mine. I'm not having that because it was unnecessary, it was unfair, and I have facts to back it up. I'm fine now because time heals all wounds. 58 years old.
You wouldn't be still talking
Life
about
is kind
it.
of good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Right. And he's too important to the game for me to allow whatever animus we feel towards one another to get in the way of my professionalism. And then, in the aftermath of that, as time went on, I started thinking about, man, fuck Stephen A. Don't think about me. He's too important to the culture. He's too important to so many people that he's done so much for. I'm not gonna focus on me. I'm gonna focus. But in that moment, Bronny was in high school.
Now you heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Stephen A. Smith basically just told on itself because he was still talking about it a month later because Cam Newton thought it was during the time of the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn episode. But he said that was month or two down the line. So he was still in his feelings. And the reason why he was in his feelings, like I told y'all before, just go back and look at the catalog and look at the show I produced about it. I told you that was the issue. That was the main problem. It's because he went on the Pat McAfee show. That's what was the gut punch. It hurt him to his core. And he's still hurt to this day. Stephen A., man, it's time to let it go, man. LeBron's moved on, man. He's not thinking twice about you. But I understand, man. I understand that something's bothering you. You want to get it off your chest. And you got it off your chest, man. But that just goes to show it was all about Pat McAfee. That's all it was. Because if he didn't go on Pat McAfee, I don't think you would be acting the way that you acted. That's just my personal opinion. I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another banger. Oh yeah, just in case I forget. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.